Hello and welcome to another art and creative media online tutorial. We're currently looking at Final Cut Pro, and today we're going to look at how you can edit sound effectively using Final Cut. Now what I've done here is I've created quite a straightforward sequence. I've just thrown some footage together for the purposes of this exercise. So if I press play on that, we can see how this looks. And now a more feverish no. And you can see it sort of cuts together okay. However, the main problem we've got is that we're picking up the sound on location that we don't want there. So I'm going to tell you how to get rid of that and how we can replace that with some better sound. Now you'll find that most sound in film and television, I'd say about probably 80% of the sound you hear isn't actually recorded on location. It's added after. And the term for those sort of sound effects is Foley or ADR if you redub the dialogue. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, because we're going to be working with sound, we need to get organised in our project bin in the corner here. So I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to do that by right clicking or by going File, New, and we need a new bin. Okay, and I'm going to call this bin. Going to call it video. Well, no, actually, no, let's call it rushes, because rushes is a term for all of our raw video footage. And just like on Windows, I'm going to select all of these and drag them into my rushes. Okay, so the first thing I want to do on this video clip is delete the audio. Now more feverish no. But you'll see as the audio and the video are linked, if I tried to delete the audio here, I'd be deleting both, and I don't want to do that. So we need to lock the video first. So I'm going to do that by clicking on this padlock here, and now I can highlight all of the audio and I can press delete and it's all gone. Okay, now I can unlock that. And once more I can move these around again. Okay, it's a good idea to leave as much padlocked as possible when you're editing, because that means it's safe and you can't knock things out of sequence or accidentally delete things. Okay, now I'm going to pause for a little bit whilst I find some more audio that I can put onto this sequence to really bring it to life. Okay, now I've tracked down some pieces of sound. Now there are plenty of sound archives available online, or you can record your own sound, or you could pinch bits of sound from things like YouTube. And then the more that you obviously accumulate, the more your piece will come to life. So I'm going to create a new project bin and I'm going to call this sound. And I'm going to import stock photo. See, movement scrape, and this piece sounded pretty scary too. There we go. Okay, so remember, it's good practice to put all your sound together in the same folder. And earlier on I isolated this scraping sound, which I think sounds pretty good, so let's find a place to put that. See if we can sync this up. Okay, so we need to find the point that this begins to move. So around about there. Okay, that's almost there. Let's move it just another couple of frames to the side. Okay, so that'll do for now. And also I'm going to put on this scary vampire tune. Let's get rid of that, we don't need that. Okay, now The main thing first off is that we can tell that the sound is really too loud there. So now I'm going to tell you how to mix the volume. First off, you need to select this button here. Now this brings on your track automation. Now track automation is where we can change the volume of the sound over the progression of time. So here you can see we've got this pink line on the audio track. Now I can drag that down to control the volume. So let's try this again. Okay, as we can tell, the sound's still a bit thin, but the more the sound that we build up, the more realistic this scene will come, and more atmospheric. Okay, now let me show you how you can fade down the sound using track automation. If you select your pen tool from the toolbar, you can click on the pink line and create these little points that we call handles. Now you're going to see these a lot in editing, and you can simply drag the volume down, and then when we press play, you can see that the volume will fade out. Now the fast key for selecting the pen tool is to press P on the keyboard. So you probably want to move backwards and forwards between A for arrow and then P for pen to be able to select these handles and create a fade out. So it's starting to come together. Let's take another piece of sound to build a bit more tension. You can see that I need to render this sound, so the fast key for render, Command and R. And I'm guessing that I'm going to have to drag this volume down a little bit. Now the two tracks here will be for left and right audio channels. Now this one here is obviously a little bit more complicated. And I'm going to render that again. Okay, and we get the gist that the more sound that we put on, the more atmospheric and interesting your video will be.